Welcome to La Taverna Brda, a full month exploring the wines and the winemakers of Slovenia's Brda region. A land steeped in culture and the history of wine, once part of a single unified wine territory, together with Collio in Friuli. From Roman times to the Habsburg Empire, its wines have always left their mark. And today, Brda stands as the epicenter of Slovenia's most important and best-known wines. Over the next 4 episodes, we'll hear conversations with 8 winemakers. Some have brought international attention to Brda. Others are young, passionate, and rising fast as the stars of tomorrow. But all of them are working together to show, through their work and through their wines, the very best that this beautiful region has to offer. Hey Brda wine friends, it's Wayne Young, La Taverna Brda, and welcome to the first English episode of La Taverna Brda, this month-long celebration of the wines of Brda in Slovenia. Really happy to be here for this first English episode in my mother tongue, and here we have this week a conversation with Lan Kristiancic from the Movia winery and Andrej Erzetic from the Erzetic winery. Lan taking over the reins from his famous father, Aleš. What a character he is. One of my first visits in Friuli when I came here. I've always been a big fan of Aleš's wines and now Lan's wines. And I even talk a little bit about my history with the Movia winery in this episode. Andrej is a new friend. I met him while I was researching wines and collecting bottles for a Schioppettino masterclass. Such a nice guy, such an approachable dude. I really love in this episode that you can feel the friendship between these two guys. There's a little bit of an age difference, but as they talk about how they got into the wine business and what motivated them to become winemakers, you can see that they have a very similar outlook. We talk about their geological differences during the podcast, but what I really, really loved was the sense that they really, really were friends, real friends, not just colleagues in the wine business, but guys who appreciated each other's opinions, appreciated each other's wines, appreciated each other's work, and that is rare these days, my friend. It is growing, but it is something that you find rarely. So it's a long podcast. As I said last week, if you checked out the Italian episode with Marian Simčić and Matthias Čortecic, it's a long podcast. It goes on for a bit of time, but again, the magic of podcasts is you don't have to listen to it all at one sitting. You can start this week. You can finish next week. It's fine. Take your time. Enjoy this conversation with Lan and Andrej. So without further ado, let us move into the first English episode of La Taverna Brda with Lan Kristiancic and Andrej Erzetic. So that's what we do. So cheers, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
Ribolla from Erzetic.
Yes.
Thank you for coming, guys. Really, really a pleasure to have you both here and to do a podcast in my mother tongue in English. So thank you for accommodating me on the English, guys. It's really a pleasure.
No problem. Thank you.
We're here with Andrej Erzetic and Lan Kristiancic from Movia and Erzetic, obviously. We're drinking the Ribolla, classic Ribolla from Andrej. So let me have a sip while we get started here.
Yeah. We both brought the same wine. This is like the ID of our...
It is.
No, both of them are 24, so young, fresh Ribolla,
Exactly.
mineral style. Both of them are made in similar soil.
Okay.
And yeah, it's nice to have the same idea what to bring as the first bottle, no?
Right. So I want to start with this story because how old are you, Lan?
26.
26. And how old are you?
I am 33.
33. Okay. So when you were born, Lan, your father, Alish,
Yeah.
invited me to the party for your birth.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I heard that was a big one.
It was a big party, yeah. And so at the end of the night, it was a big party and lots of wine and lots of food. It was a great thing because he called me. He said, no, I'm having a party for my son. He's just born. And so you have to come and we have a big party. Okay, so we had a big party. And at the end of the night, this was 1999. You were born?
Yeah,
Yeah,
1999,
July, exactly. And it was a beautiful summer night. And Alish says to me, it's maybe 1 or 2 in the morning. And I had had a few glasses of wine. And Alish says to me, he's like, look, the border here at Venko is closed. So you have to go to Nova Gorica. He says, so it's a bit of a ride, okay? It's not too hard to find. He says, just follow the signs. He says, but if they stop you, okay, here, I give you 2 bottles of my wine. If the police stops you, you give them the bottles of the wine and you say, you were at my house for the birth of my son, okay? And there will be no problems.
That was the way for sure. I believe you.
When you get to the border, okay, if they start asking you questions or there's a problem or whatever, here, there's 2 more bottles. Give them the 2 bottles and say, you were in my house for the party of the birth of my son.
Oh my God.
And there will be no problems. And I said, okay. And I said, but what if no one stops me? He says, you have 4 bottles to drink. So it was a great story. But I remember, and now seeing you, the guy whose party I went to, is a real big pleasure for me to meet you.
Yeah.
And it's also a big pleasure to meet new friends as well. So we've all spoken before, Andrej, because you make Schioppettino, and I did a masterclass on Schioppettino recently.
Correct.
So we will definitely talk about that. But before we get into the whole thing, I would like to hear from the both of you just how the winery started, what caused you guys to get into the wine business. But let's start with Andrej and talk about a little bit about the history of your winery.
Yeah, let's say our winery records go back in 1725. Of course, the winery in this time wasn't just the winery because the area was like a little bit more poor, like it's nowadays.
Okay.
So that's mean that people did actually everything to survive. So they have a little bit of animals, fruits, vegetables, so everything can, let's say, they can sell on the market.
Okay.
And this took actually about 7 generations doing this kind of job. And then finally my grandfather came together with his son Alexei.
Okay.
And they decide why not to be only winemakers and focus the idea of making just in wines.
And when was this?
Oh, so this was about in early 80s when actually was also allowed to start bottling our own wines because before, of course, we was also affected by the Yugoslavia time. So we were obligated to bring all of our grapes, all of our goods to the cooperative.
Okay.
But there were some, I think it was 7 or 8 wineries of the area, and they said, no, we won't do that.
Okay.
And yes, I can now proudly say that one of them was also my grandfather. So he never cooperated with cooperative. So
really?
But he was punished. So wherever he wanted to buy something from the government or to get some land or to work with them, they said no. Because you're not a part of the system.
So this was the punishment for not participating in the system.
And you can imagine the time was hard. And he made it even more harder.
Okay.
But that's my grandfather, so he's a tough guy. He's still alive, actually.
Okay. How old is he?
This year he celebrates 97.
Fantastic.
So, and you can imagine, till last year, he still drive the tractor in the car. Then he made some small accident, and we decide, no, now it's enough.
Maybe it's time.
Now it's enough.
He's still working, no?
He's still working, yes. But now in the vineyards, more or less, not that much. But of course, he with the schnapps, he helped in the cellar, he give the comments. So he's still the head
big
of
boss.
He's the chair guy.
That's fantastic. And he still gets around, 97.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then let's say my father, when he took over, his idea was, of course, to bring this good quality wine from the from the bulk wine
Okay.
He wanted to deliver this wine to the bottles and offer this wine to the market.
Uh-huh.
He did a great job. He had only one problem because he could only speak the Slovenian and ex-Yugoslavian language. That means he opened the market in Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, and maybe one part in Bosnia.
Okay.
That was it. And then finally, this was 11 years from now, the young generation took over the company.
That's
me.
you?
So I was 24 when everything happened.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yes, actually I do. I have two sisters.
Okay. Are they
One
involved
is-
as well?
Yes, a little bit, yes. So one is younger, one is older, Thea and Nea. They love to help during the harvest time, to help when I need them.
Okay.
But the youngest one, she's still studying, and the oldest one decided to go by their own business, of course.
Okay.
But wherever you need the sisters, they are there. So they
Okay.
are the part of the
They're part of the family, yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And so you started when you were 25?
I mean,
No. How old were you when you sort of started working in the winery?
we were younger. But,
Okay.
when you are younger, my idea was, okay, I will drive the tractor. After 5
Okay.
years to get the knowledge, the driver's license for the tractor, yes, okay, this is not, funny anymore. Let's
Okay.
go on. So then you start working the cellar. So you try to do something from the grapes that you bring in the cellar. You want to copy the father, but somehow you want to add something more that your father did. Because
Okay.
this should be the son, Son, for me, it's always the upgrade vision of your father.
Right.
And somehow then I started working in the cellar, creating my own wines. Of course, I did a lot of mistakes, but this is how you learn,
Of course.
And of course, by the end of the day or of the year, somehow you need to sell this product.
Right.
And this is when my father saw that I see the market, I want to work here, and I was 24 when he decided that he will give me the winery.
Okay.
But this doesn't mean that he's not helping me. He's always there when I need him. Also the mother, when I need them, they are there for me.
Wow.
So it's still the family, running family.
This idea of sort of carrying on, but also transforming the father's ideas is something that's important for you too, Lan, right? So tell me a little bit about the story, because you have a very important and very sort of exuberant dad. I know Alish very well. So, I mean, tell us a little bit about the story of Movia and also how you got involved.
Yeah, so we have pretty similar story. I'm also the ninth generation in the family, in the farmer business.
Ninth
I don't
generation.
say winemakers, we are farmers. This is the first thing I always say, that because everybody now, when you go to sell wine abroad, everybody thinks you are a winemaker with gloves, with clean hands, but we are 80% of the time farmers.
Okay.
This is something that is very important, I could say, for all the region here. There are a lot of small farmers that produce grapes that care for not too big piece of land, and then the quality stays different, no?
Right.
And my way with my father was, on the end, he was really smart to give me from the start a small place in the cellar. I did my first barrel when I was 17. It was a very bad wine, but he really leave me to do something mine, some space. So in this space, I could bring up the will and the idea to make wine and the love for wine and farming, no?
Okay. So,
But when I was younger, the farming part was more like a burden, you had to go to the vineyard, but you wanted to be with friends. And then in one point, it was just like a click that you start from being a helper, you start to be the one doing the work, to command yourself to have the love to go to the vineyard.
oh, okay. So you stopped being like obliged to go, and you said, I want to go.
That's the difference.
You wake up and you want to. Did you have that same sort of feeling as well, Andre, that you
It's
sort
true,
of,
yeah.
at one point
Lan
it was an
explained this very
obligation. It's
well.
like, shit.
Yeah.
I have to go. I want to go out. I want to see my friends. I want to do something. And then all of a sudden you decide, no, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Do you remember a specific moment when that happened? Was there like a day or an event or something that did? Yeah.
For me was after I graduate high school.
Okay.
we were just planting a new vineyard. It was very late. Usually you plant more early. But my dad, because of the works with the bulldozer and the drainage system, everything got delayed. And we were planting very deep in July.
Okay.
And I just come home from my last free vacation with all my high school friends. It was a very crazy end of the high school.
Okay.
And then I come home, and first few days I was like, okay, now what will I do? There is no more school. I don't go to school. I stopped playing volleyball at the time.
Okay.
And my only purpose, you need a purpose now.
Yeah.
And my only thing was to really start. And I was a little bit lost because I didn't know a lot at the time. I was just helping.
Okay.
And then in one moment, in a few days, it clicked and I started to work for me and not for my dad. It was like this. Of course, he was the boss. He knew what to do. But I started to look like it's mine.
Okay.
In that moment. And that was, 2018, July.
Okay.
It was a direct click.
Interesting. You became personally involved with the winery.
I also then skipped I was already enrolled in the university. I did the exams to go to Udine, Viticultura e Enologia.
Okay.
And I did 2 weeks. But it was harvest time and we were picking Ribolla. I wanted to do this Ribolla and that was just one small event. But I realized that first I want to get the knowledge that is at home, that what we are doing and what the school teaches was something completely different.
Okay.
We are not doing the classic enology at home. For example, some data that you can get from analysis is even not interesting for us.
Really?
At harvest, no?
Okay.
It's completely different looking at the farming and enology. So I stayed at home. My dad was also happy that I stayed. Of course, he wanted me to do all the schools, but it was nice because it was logic to first learn the home knowledge. And then very fastly you get to know that to do this wine, the enology school will not help you a lot. You need to do, of course, you need to have the knowledge, the basics of the physics, the chemics, the fermentations of the acidity, how the pH change the wine, how the wine is alive. How do you keep the wine alive?
Okay.
But on the end, you have to correct these things before you go to the cellar. The best wine is made really when you are a good farmer. No?
Okay.
Then in 2 years, I decided not to do university. I wanted to go out to explore, to do one harvest, maybe in the southern hemisphere or another region. But then
did you do that?
No.
Okay.
Then the COVID came.
COVID, of course.
And then I was stuck, because once you get in this family business, it's not that we are 20 people to do all the things. For the most important things, it's just me and my dad for the wine, no?
Okay.
We have a big luck to have my mother and my girlfriend that are taking care of the other side of the business, the office, all the things that for us are a burden because we want to be really making wine and not selling and not doing promotion or anything.
Gotcha.
So,
And for you, Andrej, when was that moment for you? Do you have that?
I can only
that
say
moment when you switch.
I am a little bit older, so I don't remember exactly the date when this happened. But what I can tell you is that I remember when we finished the primary school.
Okay.
And normally, of course, there was the holidays, so we've been free for 3 months actually. And of course, all the friends was thinking about how to go to the holidays, how to go, in the morning to go swim there, in the afternoon go with bicycle there, enjoy the time. And for me was the best idea how to spend the day, that I will go in the morning in the vineyards, do some job with the tractors, and in the afternoon, because it was hot, of course, that I will work with my father in the cellar.
Okay, and stay cool.
And stay cool, yes. So for me, actually, it wasn't that important to spend during the day with the friends. Of course, the nights, yes, we spent a lot of time outside. And
also today.
Also today, yes, to have some conversations, speak about wines, of course, try some wines, have fun and so on. But during the day, the focus was, of course, how to help at home. And like Lan said, you work for you.
Right.
You work for you, find the idea in your head that this will be one day yours and one day it's becoming your.
Okay.
So you need to act like this,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about, obviously you're younger guys, you're taking over from your dads. What's changing for you guys? What do you think are the important changes that you guys are doing as, let's say, the new generation that's different from what was done before? I think you both have this situation.
So I mean, the opportunity, and let's say that we have nowadays for making wine. So that's mean agriculture, first of all, in the vineyards. The new machines that the world now offer to us, and let's say the machines that we can work in the cellar, I can say this is the first advantage.
Okay.
So you can
technologically,
yes, you can do things better. And also what is different now, in the past, let's say like my father, I know that he never spent so much money in the bottles that he could try the wines from all around the world, how the wines look like.
Okay.
Difference is now because we did that. We did together with wine friends. And so we find the idea how our wines should look like. And of course, with respect with our soil, because we live in Goriška Brda, maybe we fell in love with one wine from France, but it can never be the same.
Of course.
So first of all, you need to understand that the grapes that can grow here, and then with as less as possible way to make the good wine. And the wine that people will love it.
Okay.
So I think this is the main difference that I can see it.
Okay.
Also, the availability of these wines today is completely different. No, when I
The
speak to my dad,
availability.
the availability that you can go online, order bottles.
Okay.
Not only the super high end stuff, but also the basic stuff. Now you go online, you order wine, you make a tasting, and we can do this. Before it was very, very difficult.
Okay.
It was not so easy.
Sure.
And the idea, like Andrej said, is not to copy anything or anyone. It's just to know, in some cases, what to not do. If the wine is not good, doesn't matter what it is, which style. And in the best cases, to see the good part of the vinification. And as we talk about, we have this, of course, also talks what we get out of these big tastings and long nights. I think the main idea that we all try to do is to really do wines that are from here.
Okay.
We cannot do super acidic wines. We don't have high acidity, but that's the beauty of our wine.
Okay.
We don't have the most aromatic wines in the world, but that's also the beauty of our wine. No.
So what has changed for you from Aleš to you? What do you think has been the changes that you want to make or you have made at Movia?
Of course, when new hands, new head comes in, you have big changes always.
Okay.
But the main thing is, and also I can say for Andrej, we are both doing organic farming.
Okay.
We are certified since 2004. They are also right after us, one of the first. And also about before you talked about independency, of the state in that time. That was also a very important part for us and for them. And today, if you look how many families they are still doing wine, and they were already at that time independent. There are not very few. Maybe we are one of the only ones. No?
Wow.
And then also the way we are quite early in the development to go to organic. No.
Okay.
And the use of compost.
Okay.
The use of different type of winemaking. This is really back. No. It was just one small time in the history that we went in different way, but this was from the start. No.
Okay.
And the change, of course, there are some change in vinification. There is my view. Maybe I like a little more vertical style. I like a little less skin contact. I like to show more the terroir. For me, the biggest change that my dad was also doing, but maybe in the 90s was the same style. When I look at the books of the vinification of the 90s and today, we are very similar. So on the long run, it didn't change a lot. It's just maybe in the last years, people see a little bit of change in the wine.
Okay.
But that's evolution, I would say. We have the same idea of the wine. It's just the approach.
Approach is a little bit different. Yeah. What do you think, talking about Brda in general, people who don't know Brda, what do you think is something that people either don't understand about Brda or people get wrong about Brda? What do you think their preconception of,
I
of
think
this place?
in the world, when you talk about Brda and Collio, is a lot of times from the past, a lot of wines were made that were or very heavy on alcohol, very heavy on extraction. So people think that the wines are really big, maybe too big, if I can use this. But the fact of why Brda is really special is the opposite. Is that yes, of course you have concentration. You cannot have anything else from these hills, from these Opoka rocks, no, that
Right.
really cannot allow you to produce a lot of grapes. And if you calibrate the right way, if you pick on the right time, if you do the nice vinification, it doesn't need to be non harmonic wine.
Okay.
This is the most
Misunderstood?
misunderstood thing about Brda wines. No?
Okay.
The big character cannot always be a bad thing. It's a lot of times a good thing. And to find white wines, especially with this depth, with this character, with this texture also, it's about the texture. No? It's very difficult. And to still have the freshness. No?
Right.
So that's the misunderstood thing for me. No.
Okay. What about for you, Andre? What do you think people misunderstand about?
I will agree mostly that, no mostly, everything that Lan said. It's what I also travel a little bit less than Lan, but what I have now experienced in the last, let's say, 10 years with the people, I think that people don't know Brda yet as they are.
Okay.
So they are learning, of course. There are more and more people who are willing to try the wines. They are getting knowing the area. But I think that once people try the wines, you don't need so much to speak because they will see all of this freshness, all this minerality in the white wines. Like Lan mentioned, the wines are elegant. You know, by now, also with the climate change, there will be not possible to work anymore with so fresh wines that as we can produce it here. And then on the other side, you have the red grapes, which are also amazing from the area.
Why?
So because if you check the scape of the Brda, it's hilly with different shape of the hills, different shape of the texture of the soil. Of course,
Okay.
basically it's Ponca, which bring you this nice fresh minerality, freshness in the wines. But more going the valley, more is the heavy soil. In some part, for example, where we have near the Italian border, we have already Terra Rossa soil. So it's dark soil,
Okay.
which is blend together with the Ponca, and this bring very nice characteristic in the wines.
Okay.
But yes, by the end, yes, people, I think that they understand the area, they understand what we are doing, because the wines are as they are. They are nature, they are not forced to be something that they are not.
Okay.
So I believe that once people try the wines from area, they will understand it.
Okay. So go ahead.
Yeah, and also the big importance to come here to see, like Andrej said, these two extremes, no, the Ponca and then the bottom of the valley with the heavy soil, with the heavy clay.
Okay.
And then the need of blending this, what you can understand when you visit here, when you taste the barrel of Chardonnay from the bottom and Chardonnay from the top, are two wines from maybe 1,000 kilometers apart,
Wow.
you would say, no,
So
blind.
very, very different.
Very, very different. And that's the nice thing, no?
Yeah.
And also here, when you go really down, you have the trapped cold air in the morning. You have also this fog that creates another dimension, no? Of course, in the day, so, you know, when you talk about, I don't know, Piemonte, the frost last year, it came from the top down.
Okay.
So the first thing that frosts is the vineyards that are the most high. Normal.
yeah.
That's the normal.
Oh,
no?
really? I always thought that it was from the bottom up because cold air
Here,
settles.
Here,
Okay.
when you have this shape, like we have hills and valleys,
Okay.
in the valleys the cold air traps, and you
Okay.
get always in Brda full, for example, 2024, maybe you didn't have any frost. We had 40% because we are
Okay.
lower. No, we had a big frost. So the frost is coming from the other direction. But this also tells you that the cold air is coming from the other direction. And then you have up. He has maybe the highest vineyard in Brda.
Wow.
They
Is
have
that true?
It's one of the highest, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
like 350,
300.
300.
300.
Yeah.
Wow.
A little bit more than 300, yes.
The highest vineyard is
I think now the new one will be from Silvio.
from Silvio Yerman. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like 400 meters.
Yeah, something like this. But I think this is like a maximum.
Yeah.
Because after this, there's no Brda anymore.
Yeah. The soil
Now
changes, but also
after 400, you're in the Alps.
Yeah.
practically. Yeah.
Yeah. We very often we talk about. Well, let's start here. The difference between you guys, because you guys are in slightly different positions. No, you're closer to the border with Italy, and you're a little bit more inland and more high. So, how would you describe the differences in the wines that come out from the change in this position?
Yeah. So, of course, the vineyards that he has the southest reach my northest vineyards. No.
Okay.
So, in one way, he has this part, upper part. I have the down part. We finish in Foiana. He starts in Neblo. No? So he has, in one way, the same proportion down vineyard and upper vineyard, but his highest vineyard is higher. No?
Okay.
So maybe during the day, he has less heat in the highest.
Okay.
During the night, I have more cold.
Okay.
I would say this is the
So each one has their
difference, no?
advantages and disadvantages. Yeah.
And
Would you
sometimes
agree with that?
we are like, but it's a joke. We don't want to divide. It's like the higher upper Brda and down Brda. No,
okay.
I would love to have the same vinification, the same grape in the same year. Maybe we have to do sometime.
Yeah, correct. Also, sometimes we joke that I called Lan and I said, "Oh, how is in the bottom?" You know.
Yeah.
But it's only a joke.
Okay. Yeah. I know.
So then you have the nice difference. Now, when you have a year like 23, when you are very high, you have dry, you are more safe.
Right.
When you have a year like 22, up at his place, the leaves were already yellow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Down, when it was green. No. So in the dry years, you would want to have more vineyards up.
Wow.
In the wet years, you would want to have more vineyards down. But still, I think there is these differences are small, but you can see them in particular years.
Yeah.
No?
So you guys were talking before about you do you get together, buy some bottles and taste. Do you taste blind?
Yes.
Most
Yes.
is blind, yes.
So
I love to taste blind.
yeah, me too. So tell me about some of your experiences doing that. Maybe some surprises or wines that you really, really loved, or you said, wait a second, we need to make wine that's more like this. Was there some sort of wine that popped out for you from one of these tastings that you remember really well?
Yeah, well, there was one tasting of Sauvignon, and somehow we bought maybe the top 10
Sauvignons.
Like not the top 10, but they were all very, very high-end Sauvignon. And the blind, the wine that was supposed to be the best, resulted maybe one of the last place. No?
Right.
Normally that wine in other tastings was always the best. Was my favorite Sauvignon also till today is Silex.
Okay.
But in that tasting, it didn't go well.
Right.
But the point is that the Sauvignon that we liked the most was not the one that was most aromatic and most perfect on the nose, but it was the Sauvignon that transmit the most the soil. It's an amazing variety. It's also, if you think, Sauvignon has maybe the most wines, I'm talking about all around the world, that have a name of the soil. You have the Silex.
Okay.
You have the schist.
Okay.
Schist is made from, I think, in Austria. And then you have the quartz from
Alto Adige.
Interlano, yeah.
Interlano, yes.
So we have a lot of Sauvignon that are named after the
After
soil.
the soil.
Why is that? Is it because of the aromatics? No. It's because of the texture.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why also in Brda, even though we don't have the most modern Sauvignon, we don't have the most aromatic Sauvignon, we don't have the most acidic Sauvignon. The Sauvignon that is now modern, we don't have.
Okay.
But we have a really, really interesting texture.
Okay.
And that's a good thing about our Sauvignon. No?
Do you do Sauvignon too, Andrej?
We both do very little. We have
yeah.
Actually, my father hates the Sauvignon Vert. So this will be the ex-Friulano, oziroma
He
ex-Tokaj.
hates it.
Yeah, he didn't like it, like the wine it is to work with it. So he decided in his young age to replace it with Sauvignon Blanc, you know.
Oh, okay.
And then, of course, I take over. I try to make some Sauvignons, different Sauvignons like the area can offer to you. But by the end, I didn't like it.
No.
So what I did...
Me too. I mean, I love one vineyard that we are keeping, but it has to be a perfect exposition.
Yeah.
You know?
And then, of course, also Sauvignon, it's a little bit more, can have more stress due to different vintages. And what happened? COVID came. And of course, there was some extra wines in the cellar. And there was first year, second year. And somehow I decided, okay, now if I want to make some move, it's time to make. What I did, I removed the Sauvignon Blanc out and replaced it again with Sauvignon Vert. So... It's just, one generation it's left, one generation is right. So
Okay.
And so in the moment, I don't have Sauvignon anymore.
Okay.
Of course, I still have lots of bottles left at home. Also, some vintages are still available on the markets. But for the future, this vineyard from Sauvignon Blanc, now it's Sauvignon Vert again. Yeah.
So the flagship wine here, you both brought me a bottle of Ribolla. No, yes. Ribolla Gialla. Okay. Tell me, what is it about Ribolla Gialla that is so important here in Brda? Why is this the wine here?
I mean, when you say Goriška Brda, the second word should be Ribolla. Because it's like our queen. For me, it's the most important variety in the area. For me, it's only variety that can grow only in this small part of the world. You cannot find the Ribolla in France, in Spain. You will not find it. Then why don't build something important on the variety that actually exists here? If you go back to history, Ribolla was quite bulk variety. So Ribolla, it's massive grape production vine. So it can produce a lot.
Yeah.
And of course, people in the past, they didn't care so much about quality. What they cared was quantity.
Make a lot.
And yes, and Ribolla was the exactly great variety for making this kind of wine. And but this doesn't last very long when people decide that Ribolla should be planted in high position of Brda, where it gets the best results. And of course, why don't to start making the good quality wine? Of course, then it was hard trick, to convince people that now Ribolla is different. So we go from Ribolla, which was very low, up to Ribolla, which is very high on the quality.
Okay.
And for me, it's talk about one generation, that people now, wherever you'll go, Ribolla will be the first that you think about.
Okay.
And also was very fun, yes. Wherever you go, me and Lan, you always bring, for me, the first bottle that you put on the table, it's always Ribolla.
Okay. Yeah. So it's sort of like an emblematic wine. So it's what you want people to know Brda for.
But I would say for me, why I would plant, I'm very practical in the thinking also for the future. I want to be practical. It has to be, things need to be logic for me. And Ribolla for me is logic, because like a farmer, is the best wine, is the best grape to grow. Is on the right position. Ribolla is the most logic grape. How you clean the vine. Okay, sometimes you have to clean a lot. You have to cut down a lot of grape to make the best result.
Oh, okay.
Especially if one part of the vineyard is a little more rich with nutrition. But normally, so the thing is, when you put Ribolla in the very profound soil, very rich soil, the end, you will have a lot of grapes, but very little wine.
Okay, very little wine.
In texture.
Okay.
Quantity is going to be there, but nothing else. No.
But no character.
And people always said the Ribolla is acidic. No, this was the old thinking about this Ribolla. No?
Exactly.
But that was Ribolla meant to produce, in that times, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, to produce a lot of wine and not to produce this.
Okay.
This, we are talking about a yield of, in both cases, I think below 1.5 kilo. In some cases, in the best vineyards, Ribolla, we have 5 labels. No, we go up with the age of the vines. We don't do similar vinification. The difference is the age of the vines, and then practically the soil and the yield. No, so we produce, or also the base is only 1.5 kilo. No?
Okay.
And then we go to the top that is reaching maybe 15 hectoliter per hectare. That's the real yield that you should do with Ribolla. And then, only then, you can get to a state where you get maybe a few berries with botrytis, maybe a few berries that are really ripe.
Okay.
And then the texture, the feeling of the wine is going to be completely different. No?
Completely different.
And that's the real Ribolla. That's the Ribolla that we want to make. That's the Ribolla that we are doing. No? And for me, it's really the first perspective is about farming. And the second one, if I go now to my cellar to taste all the barrels, I'm going to be the most amazed by Ribolla.
Really?
For example, we have also Chardonnay is our second white grape. It's not Tokai, it's not Sauvignon Vert or Tokai Friulano, but it's Chardonnay in quantity. It's amazing grape that we're doing for 150 years in our region. We cannot say that it's not ours. It's a little bit also ours, no? And when I taste the wines now from the barrels, this, for example, the best vineyards, the oldest vineyards, Chardonnay maybe in this moment is going to be more ready, more advanced, let's say. But Ribolla is going to be amazing, something that invites you and is special and it's a little bit unknown, especially if you don't know the variety.
Okay.
And also for me, every year is different. It's not so predictable, no?
Oh, okay.
Especially when you have this long fermentation. For example, Chardonnay, we finished fermentation in 3 weeks, 1 month. No? Ribolla, I came 2 weeks ago. It was still fermenting. It's still moving. It's still, and it has less alcohol. So it's really, because of the soil, it brings home less nutrition, less nitrogen, less power to ferment, less food for the yeasts. No?
Okay.
They are, yeasts and bacteria. They are all fighting for the nutrients. And then they when there is less food, you have a much longer fermentation.
Okay.
And then you also have more complexity. You get, the valve of the yeast has one entry, which is sugar, of course.
Okay.
Then it has 2 valves for the output. No.
Ah, this I didn't know.
One is alcohol and the other one is glycerol.
Okay.
And when you have this really slow fermentation, then your wine will be, you will not feel the alcohol. You will get this, not sweetness, but it's just like a thing of texture.
Yeah. We talk a lot about texture, and when I think about Ribolla, I never think about texture. I always think about freshness. I think about acidity. I think about this idea that I would love to have a glass.
That's good. That's good because most of the people that only tasted a few Ribolla, most of the people in the world, they tasted a deep skin contact Ribolla.
Oh,
so,
okay.
of course, there you talk about texture. But we want to drink this. And if you know this, thank you.
No, this is my idea because I've never been a huge fan of Ribolla that's really, really heavily macerated. That Oslavia style for me has been at best interesting, but rarely do I find myself saying, I want to open a bottle of that style of wine. It happens, but it's rare. But this wine, this type of Ribolla, your Ribolla, I could drink this every day.
Yeah.
Because it's so fresh and it's great and good texture as well. And I can think of so many different types of food that I could pair this with.
Yeah, but I I also drink more of this Ribolla with like direct press. I love it. It's amazing wine. Also like to drink during the days. It's a special freshness because when it's super ripe, check the alcohol level.
Okay.
Both of them.
12.5 for Erzetic and 12% for Movia.
So 12.2 is mine and his is maybe 12.3. So we're
like
talking about a ripe wine,
But
not
so much alcohol.
is low. And that's the beauty, no? And also acidity, is there, but it's not a big acidity. It's not super acid wine,
Okay.
It's like a nice freshness, but with low acidity.
Okay.
I mean, medium, Yeah, I find myself wanting to drink something with deep skin contact. I like to open a bottle of Radicon or Gravner, for example, the 15 Gravner, because with Gravner, you have this special dedication in the vineyard that is really amazing, that we all started to go even more in this way with extreme low crop.
Okay.
And with Radicon, you have this versatility. It's not only grape, it's also a little bit of volatile acidity that is maybe inviting. With special food is amazing for me. But yeah, this is for me what we want to do. This is what we want to present.
Right.
Yeah.
And also the high-end Ribolla, our most special bottle of Ribolla is made with the same vinification.
Okay.
The grapes come home. We do 3 selections. That's the most important thing with Ribolla. So picking with extreme high precision, then sorting at home, sorting with a machine if you have the distemper that can sort,
Okay.
pressing softly, and then going to the barrels.
Into the barrels, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do anything special with Ribolla, Andre?
In the past, I did more.
You did more.
I did more. Nowadays, we have 3 different Ribollas. Of course, the one that we have now in the glass is the most known Ribolla from our winery because it's the most clean, most fresh, most minerality, and it's the kind of wine that people will love it. But it's simple, This is the collection with different grapes from different plots. It's not single vineyard, and with single plots, we represent the Brda like in total. So one is a bit more higher, the other one is a bit more lower, west, south. So it's bring all this preciseness from different plots in one wine.
Okay.
And fermentation is done in stainless steel, basically 90%, just about 10%. It's also fermented in pretty new French barrels, but not of idea to adding some more
Flavor
of from the oak or so on. It's more idea to add a little bit of body of back on Ribolla, because Ribolla, like a variety, sometimes had that lack of oxygen and can be a little bit more of reduction.
Reduced, yeah.
Reduced, yes.
Yeah.
And what is the problem here? Our Ribolla normally go out very soon. So that's meant we bottle this wine very soon after New Year.
Okay.
Basically. And what happened, the Ribolla in the stainless steel was amazing. I put the wine in the bottle, and after a few months, the wine was terrible. Not terrible in the moment. It just needed more time, to develop in the drinkability. So that's why I said, okay, why don't we use a little bit of oak to add some extra oxygen in the wine that will help, to aging the wine better. We also will cover and protect the aromatic compound because of the tannins. So the wine will be, for me, better, more roundly, and without any, extra flavor of the berries.
The wood, yeah.
Then the other Ribolla that we actually produce, it's completely different story. It's another story that actually was built during the COVID.
Okay.
I had the idea to make one Ribolla that will be aged only in barrique. So without any skin contact, maybe just few hours, and aged in barrique. Then I was trying to find the perfect barrique for this one, and I said, no, everybody does that, which is not wrong, but I want to do something different. So this is when I find the idea. I just discovered, I just drink at home or spices the salad with olceto balsamico from Modena.
Okay.
And I said, okay, they've been different kind of beers. Why don't we try this on wine?
Okay.
So I called Cristiano Botaio, the guy who...
Everybody knows Cristiano.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I asked him, which kind of barrels can you give it to me? Okay, we have the wild cherry, we have the mulberry, we have the acacia, we have the ash, and we have the oak. Okay, I want all of them. What we're doing, you'll see.
Okay.
So I bought all of these barrels, put the wine inside. Of course, the first vintage was disaster, so I never bottled it because I didn't understand how the different wood will affect the wines.
Okay.
So in the case of wild cherry, for example, this for me was the worst one. Had too much aeration.
Oxygen.
Too much oxygen.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was oxidized.
Yes. After the fermentation, was going on, it was perfect because the yeast needed the oxygen.
Okay.
After the fermentation was done, in 2 weeks, the wine was gone. So I just, open it and
goodbye.
It's go back.
Yeah.
Back where it was.
Back where it comes from. Yes. Back into
and then
the
I start
environment.
understanding more about this different kind of barrels. And right now, I think this wine is something that represent the wines that I basically like.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then, of course,
This is important.
Yeah.
Making the wines that you like to drink is really important. Yeah.
And then, of course, we have also the third style, which was invested by my father. he bought the amphoras from Georgia.
Okay.
And till the moment we have 12 of them, and of course we do the skin contact wine there.
Okay.
So single vineyard from one of the oldest vineyard of Ribolla, grapes inside, of course, hand-picked, everything like should be. And after 6 months, normally we press the grapes, so it's quite long the skin contact maturation.
Okay.
And then the wine is aged for another 2 years, maybe also sometimes 3 years in big barrels. So it's another style.
Okay.
So
very different.
Three different styles.
Three
yes.
different.
Yeah.
I think a lot of producers, you too, obviously, you said, Lan, that you do different. I think a lot of producers make different either levels or styles of Ribolla Gialla. And this, I think, is very interesting because you don't usually find that with something like, say, Tokai or Sauvignon. Sometimes maybe you'll find like a Sauvignon in Acciaio and a Sauvignon in Oak, maybe. But normally people make a Sauvignon or a Ribolla Gialla, but everybody here tends to make different styles. Is that because Ribolla Gialla really lends itself to making different styles? Is because it's so versatile, or is there this desire to give something to Ribolla because maybe only one style is not enough?
I mean, it's hard. It's very subjective topic, what you like, what you want to do. For us, Ribolla, every vineyard should have the perfect vinification, no?
Right.
And the bad thing because of these many styles is not understood the best. But like you said, maybe it's a good thing. You come, you try, you understand. For wine people, it's good to see the same variety from the same place done in a few different styles. We do 95% the same style. We press, maybe not 95, but 90% in the same style. We press directly and go to the barrel. Huh?
Okay.
But
do
still,
you do any long skin contact?
Yeah, we do.
Amphora? Do you do any of that? Or no,
we do Lunar, which is Lunar is the wine that my dad made to prove that you can do wine, Ribolla, without sulfur, without anything. It's the 0 wine that we still do. Is a lot of people also know firstly this wine, so they think that we do skin contact with all, but it's not this. This was one project. Also, the label is not Movia, it's Lunar.
Okay.
So it's a different label.
Okay.
And we put in the last vintages also whole grapes, so whole bunch fermentation. Mastro Bottaio, again, Cristiano, made a special 10 hectoliter barrel that is not upright, is oval barrel, but it's not vertical oval. It's horizontal.
Oh, yeah, I saw that in your cellar.
And it has a different contact with the leaves, are way more connected with the wine, no? And also then you have the protection of the skins, of the stems, the tannin, the antioxidant, they protect the wine. And we make a wine that is every year, I think I can say for most of the years, without any problems, no breath, no mouse, no volatile acidity, without anything, no. And that's a wine that we continue to do. It's a very small production. It's a very difficult way to get the grapes to do this wine. It needs to be extremely ripe on one side because you don't want the green tannin. But then also when you wait a long time and it's a rainy season, you will also have some bad rot.
Yeah.
That's the thing. No, with Ribolla, you have to go in one way. You have to go to botrytis. You have to look the extreme ripeness.
Right.
But that also brings the bad part, no?
Okay.
And it's a lot of work. That's why we do only one barrel most of the time. If it's a good year, we do 2 barrels. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a 10 hectoliter barrel. But from one barrel, we get out about 500 liter.
So I'm gonna put you guys in a difficult situation.
Okay.
And you have to answer honestly. You may have already sort of answered this question, but this would also be for Andrej. Tomorrow, there's a new law. You cannot make any more Ribolla Gialla. You can't make Ribolla. Okay. You have to make another wine. Can be white, can be red. Okay. You can decide. But if I took away from you tomorrow, Ribolla, what wine would you make in its place?
We stop making wine.
That's it. You quit.
No, we would fight like always.
Of course. But if for some reason, I don't know, some catastrophe, and Ribolla, you can't make it anymore. What's your second choice?
I think for me, there are in the whites.
Yeah.
There are two choices, but I would need both of them.
You would need both of them. Okay, that's valid.
Yeah, two choices.
Which are?
Tokai. Tokai for the southern or even western places. Of course, also you can put it on east, but I would leave a little bit of the east and north for Chardonnay.
Okay.
But because I really think that if variety is for so long in your place, if you're working with a variety for, like I said, 150 years, and the variety every year, almost every year, creates great results, then you cannot hide behind the fact that it's not autochthon variety.
Exactly.
Chardonnay is autochthon for earth.
I've always, the question I've always told people is when they talk about international varieties or historic varieties, as Bobby Stuckey says, or different things like that, is that when is the limit when you can say a wine has become part of the culture? When does it become native?
Yeah.
Is it 100 years?
Yeah,
Is it 200 years?
Yeah.
Is it 500 years?
Yeah.
There's no grapes that have been around for 500
is-
years. Very few.
That's a very good point. I like I told now, I made my speech
Yeah.
for whenever I go, because they ask me why you make Chardonnay. First of all, Ribolla cannot make the same result on the plot where Chardonnay will be good.
Okay.
Ribolla is reserved for the top of the hills. Ribolla is reserved for Ponca, for different soil than Chardonnay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why. And second thing, we are working with Chardonnay for 150 years, even more. And in 10 years, Chardonnay will have a lot of amazing vintages.
Okay.
So that's the point.
Okay.
The only way that Chardonnay will really, really suffer is dry, hot year,
Okay.
which in the last 3 years we had 0.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So, for example, 23 vintage, I would say my best wine is Bellico Chardonnay. We really did a good job on the Chardonnay, because 23, we declassified our top vineyard of Ribolla because it was too rainy.
Okay.
So when a year like this comes, you cannot count to show your jewel that will be Ribolla, no? But that's 1 year in 10 years. Then there is 2014. I opened 2014 the other day. Chardonnay was amazing. A wine that on the back label has declared very low sulfur. At the time, my dad did that wine because it was reductive. Then I asked him, and was like extremely low sulfur, like 30 of total, 28 of total.
What about
the
you?
wine was still amazing, no?
But
But then just to finish the reds,
sorry.
because there is a grape that is really popular in Slovenia, also in US, and we have quite some hectares, but we're not planting it because we don't think it's good here. And that is, Andrej, which red grape we are not planting anymore? Cabernet.
Cabernet Sauvignon, yeah.
Cabernet
Sauvignon.
is a super specific. It's super hard. People say we do Merlot. Merlot is the king here. No?
Okay.
Merlot is a variety, of the varieties that are widely planted in Brda. Of the reds, Merlot is the king.
Like Collio.
Yeah, it's great. It has freshness. It's amazing. It's the texture. I'm working a lot of projects on Chardonnay, a lot of different vineyards that I want to do something special with Merlot.
With Merlot.
And also my dad did the most of Merlot. He started telling me Merlot is the king since when I was a kid.
Okay.
Then why we have Cabernet? Because of the time when the state declared what we have to plant. That was from the 60s, 70s. That's where most of the Cabernet was planted, and it continued to be planted. But it's not a variety that we can do every year at the top level.
Okay. Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah. So we have Merlot and Pinot Noir, like our red grapes, the two red grapes that we are doing.
Okay.
Of course, the will is to once also, maybe very soon, plant at least a little bit of Schioppettino of Pokelza, and Andrej is the master of Pokelza. So
That's true.
So yeah, exactly.
We're trying to be.
So let's first of all, what's your answer to the question, which is what would you choose? It can be Pokelza if you want it to be.
I mean, yes, because if we are speaking that Ribolla need to be planted on the top of the hills, and the Ribolla on the top of the hills will give you the great results.
Okay.
But if I now need to choose the one variety, for sure would be Tokai. So Sauvignon Vert. But if I plant Sauvignon Vert or Tokai in the place of Ribolla, this won't be the good wine. So yes, you can speak the wine that I will change with Ribolla. But now if I'm thinking about my plots, my vineyards, no, I cannot change with the white varieties. So they need to be the right variety, red variety, sorry. And for the red variety, yes, perhaps in the moment, my first choice will be Schioppettino. Okay. Like we call it here in Slovenia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is really interesting. So the idea of the place where you put Ribolla would actually be better if you put, if you didn't have Ribolla, it would be better for a red grape rather than for another white grape.
In many cases, yes.
Yeah, in many cases.
But for example, in the place where Ribolla grows, Merlot would not be good.
Yeah.
Would not be.
It would be too dry for Merlot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really like the most extreme places for Ribolla maybe are not replantable if we don't have Ribolla. That would be my.
So only Ribolla can go in some of these places.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, for me, now Lan spoke before about Cabernet Sauvignon. When we have these vineyards, which is one of the highest one here in the area, and also the vineyards that are exposed the most on the side or with the sun. I plant there exactly Ribolla, Black Ribolla, Schioppettino, and big part of Cabernet Sauvignon. I also try with Merlot. I am happy with Merlot, but Merlot I plant on the place where we, push the good soil there. Because sometimes when you plant the Merlot in the Ponca, the results won't be so good.
It's raisins.
Yeah.
It's raisins.
Yeah. Cabernet Sauvignon survive better with the Ponca soil.
Okay.
And because we are very high, in the last 10 years, we are so success with this variety because also now the climate is changing. And each year it's hotter and hotter. I mean, there are some vintages that are colder, more rainy, but basically the temperature is increasing, which means that variety of Cabernet Sauvignon on the top of the hills are for me welcome.
Okay.
But yes, the first choice of the reds will be Pokelsaja.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good point. No, Cabernet would be maybe the best to put, but we are not. Let's stop talking about the era without Ribolla. we will get depressed.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, I can feel that there's this dread, this depression that's coming on. Thinking about a world without Ribolla. No.
Yeah. We have to drink another glass of Ribolla.
Yeah. Maybe we should open yours. Should we open yours, Lan?
Yeah.
So we try yours too. Okay. So I'll do that for you. So what do you guys do when you're not working? I know what you do when you're not working, but I don't want to say anything. But what do you do for fun, you guys? Because you guys are young guys, man. I'm an old dude, so I don't, my idea of fun is like on the couch with a blanket and watching a movie. Yeah. But you guys are young, so you're, you got lots of energy and you're out there doing things. What do you guys do when you're not working?
I think that all the sports that we'll try, we finished because everything we do also in our free time, it's connected with the wine. But
that's maybe a problem, but we need to find something else.
Some more free time.
In free time, we are drinking wine. It's not about drinking. We drink. I think we drink only good. If it's not good, we don't drink.
That's good.
We don't want to drink. We drink because it's wine, because it's exploring. The best feeling when you go out and you're going to find some new wines or blind tasting. This is, for me, one of the best funs.
Right.
My girlfriend says I'm a bit already weird. I'm a bit strange because it's only wine. And also, it's the problem of wine for me. The biggest problem is the alcohol. If it wouldn't be alcohol, I'd be drinking even more. No.
Right.
So
well, this is one of the things I say to my wife. When I open a bottle of wine at home, I'm not drinking because I'm looking for the alcohol. I'm drinking because I really, really like the taste and the flavor and the aftertaste and the way it mixes with food. It's not about getting drunk. Feeling a little bit warm and comfortable is always nice, but it's not about, I'm not looking just for the alcohol, because I can have a bad bottle of wine in my house for days and days and days. I won't touch it. because I don't want to taste it.
Yeah.
You know, and it ends up going either in the sink or maybe to make some vinegar. But if it's a good bottle of wine, I just want to keep tasting, right? And it's not because, okay, now I'm feeling a little bit drunk. I take it because, wow, I really, every time I taste it, I find something
like
new.
food, no?
Like food, exactly. Yeah. But then, you know, if you eat too much food, you become fat. If you drink too much wine, you become drunk. So you do have to be careful. But yeah, it's not about the alcohol.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of young people these days are more concerned about the alcohol, and hopefully in some future they'll discover the pleasure of wine. Do you think that that's something that's going to change? Because young people aren't drinking anymore.
Yeah, I mean, that's for sure the movement, no? But I think that one thing is health of the body, and the other thing is health of the soul.
Okay.
And you have to take care of yourself. You have to socialize. Today we socialize less. That's why also you don't drink, because it's better you are at home. You watch a movie, you are on your phone, and this is it. This is not socializing. And that's why wine is not, or alcohol in general is less important. It's good that we don't drink, but a little bit to go out with friends on Friday, also Saturday if it's nice, also maybe even Thursday in some weeks, not every week, but to go out, to have fun, to drink. This is, wine is socializing drink. That's the first thing about wine. You never... I never drink alone.
Right. Yes.
I didn't open a bottle of wine alone in my life.
Really?
Never.
Always with friends. Yeah.
Always with friends.
Wow.
Okay, maybe if it's some amazing bottle, I would, but always you are doing it with friends. Even if you have the best one in the world, if you have to open Romanée Conti, you will invite friends.
Of course.
If you, that's the point.
Yeah. There's a great book out. It came out a couple of years ago. I read it during the pandemic. That's called Drunk, and it's by this sociology professor, and he talks about the history of alcohol and why alcohol, even if it's not the best thing for our health, especially if we drink a lot, why it's so much a part of culture. And he talked about this aspect of socializing.
Yeah,
and
because just to finish, the point is not to drink. The point is to socialize. And that's what we are missing. The people, if we stop to socialize, will go in the so wrong way. And it's already going in this way.
Right.
That's why maybe a few drinks on Friday night is better than to be at home.
And not drink anything.
Watching a movie or whatever, no?
Exactly.
And you have to compensate.
Exactly.
No? That's why.
Well, one of the studies that he spoke about in this book was a very, very long study. They started following people from after the Second World War in the Northeast United States. And every year they would go and find these people and they would do an interview. They would ask them questions. They would ask them questions about their health and about their social life and about their job and all this. And so they studied, I think the study was 50 or 60 years that they did this study. And they published the results of the study, and they said, the most important thing for health as you get older isn't how much money you make or what kind of job you do or how much stress you have, if you're fat or thin, if you drink or don't drink. The most important thing, the people who lived longer and healthier were people who had lots of friends and socialized a lot.
We have to publish this again.
Yeah.
It's really important. It's people who are lonely live shorter lives and they're more unhealthy. People who have at least one or two really good friends that they see and talk to at least once a week live longer and are healthier. And what the rest of your life, what you do is much less important. So this idea of socializing is really, really important. And I think it's important that we get back to that. And he said that the whole point of alcohol in the story of being people is that it's always been a social thing or a ritual, right? Yes. We drink wine in church, right?
Yeah.
We drink wine when we do a celebration. We drink when we have, normally when you have meetings of people, the first thing you do is you all drink from the same cup. You have to share. And this idea of coming together and socializing and using wine rather than distilled spirits, so less less high alcohol things and more things like wine and beer, which are more traditional, which our bodies can digest better. Yeah. Is really good for our health. So this whole scare that, no, you can't drink and alcohol is really bad for you. Yeah, but if we're missing the socializing, we're missing something really important. So anyway, enough of my preaching.
Thank you for sharing.
How good. No, it's really good. If you want the book is called Drunk, and the guy's name is Slingerland. So, and you can find it on Amazon and all that sort of stuff. And I think they also have it in Italian, but you guys are fine with English. So really, really interesting book. I wanted to talk more about Pokotsa with you, Andrej, because you are the Pokotsa king. But where did the idea come to start working with this grape variety?
So it was 2010 when, together with my father, we bought this big land when we spoke before, one of the highest one. And this is not the small hill, this is the big hill. So in total, we have there 15 hectares.
Okay.
So it's not covered in the moment all with the vineyards, but half it's already vineyard. And when we are trying to decide which is the best variety to have it there, somehow this Schioppettino find our attention. And
was there a moment when you found it? What was the sort of moment when you were like, Schioppettino?
No,
that's interesting.
We knew that somehow we need to find one old variety that can represent our winery also in the future.
Okay.
So we are trying to find the white varieties, the red varieties, so wherever would work.
Okay.
And somehow then I also speak with some old generations, for example, also with my grandfather who used to have the Schioppettino in the past.
Okay.
But he said, no, it's not good variety. And I asked him, why not? It doesn't grow, it's very bad.
Okay.
Try with some Refosco or Pinot Noir, it will be way better,
Okay.
And then I said, okay, he already, opened my attention what to do with, in which direction should I go?
You took this as a challenge.
Yes.
Okay.
So then I tried some Schioppettinos from Italy part, so from Propoto. And when it was time to decide what should we plant, I said, okay, let's do Schioppettino. Problem was in 2011 there was no way to find the vines. In Italy or in Slovenia.
Okay.
So I was dipping even more. So there was still one old vineyards in near Nolo Goloberdo. This is very close to Italian border.
Okay.
We find who the owner is. We go there, take the shoots, bring it to Rochedo grafting center. They graft for us, and then we plant it.
Wow.
How many vines did you plant the first?
So the first, we only planted once. It was about 5,800. So a little bit less than 6,000, a little bit more than 1 hectare.
Okay.
So the first vintage came 2014, of course. Very rainy vintage, cold vintage. I didn't know how to process with this wine, but by the end, the result was, for me, one of the best ever vintage I produced.
Wow.
So this opened my idea that Schioppettino can also be grown on the coldest vintages, like they write on the books. Then I discovered that when you go in the history with this variety, this is the variety that can actually grow wherever you put.
Where is the best to grow?
So now we are planting the new vineyards, which will be in between of this Velikvrh, so our hills, and between the bottom of Brda. So we'll be in the middle.
Okay.
So I'm not sure now in Brda which is the best position. That's why I now want to plant it in different areas and see the difference. But I'm already sure that they will be good also in the valley and also in the hills. But there will be 2 profiles of wine. So what I'm looking for is this, spiciness, because Black Ribolla, normally when you go in the blind, you need to find it. So you need to be a black or white pepper.
Yes.
This will be yours, okay, we have Black Ribolla.
The famous Rotundone.
Yeah. But when the vintage is hotter, there is not so much of this black pepper.
Exactly.
So that's why maybe in the hot vintages, the results will be better more in the valley than on the hills. And the opposite, when the vintage is different, better up than down. So that's why I decided that the best idea is to plant another vineyards and prove it yourself, which is better, which is worse, or which one is different. Where is the difference between those two,
Wow.
So, but
But already you can see the difference when you taste your Ribolla that is grown at 300 meters or Ribolla from
Prepoto.
From Prepoto.
Yeah.
You feel complete difference.
Yeah.
And also we did a blind tasting of Schioppettino.
Oh.
And it was amazing. Your was...
Do you guys have
I
like
miss
a...
it this time because I just get the flu.
yeah.
Oh.
But some winemakers, most of them write me the SMS, even if you're not there, your wine represents you very well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there like a WhatsApp group or something that I can get involved in for these tastings? 'Cause
We can invite you.
I want to come.
We can
I
invite
totally want to come. Absolutely.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. Please do. If I can come,
Yeah.
it would be a really big honor for me to take part in these tastings, because I think it would be really, really interesting. And I really want to learn more about what you guys are doing and hear what you guys are thinking. I think that would be super interesting. And I would be happy to give my opinion as well, as much as that's worth.
course,
It's not
of
worth
course.
anything. But anyway, so here's a question for both of you, but about the other winemaker. So tell me something about the other winemaker. So Lan, tell me something about Andrej that you admire. Something about Andrej, what he is as a person, or the wines that he makes that you appreciate. And then I give you the same question about Lan, Andrej.
I admire his, firstly, like a person.
Okay.
He's super honest
You guys have been friends for a while.
for a while.
Yeah.
But there are times that we can see each other more. And just the other day, we saw each other more than after 1 month or something more. Like, where are you? And it's like, yeah, the same like you. We are always running around and
You're busy guys.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's really. I mean, both of us are also traveling, doing tastings, and it's hard to catch up. But I think the most we are in the summer. In the summer, we don't go in long trips. We try to not do long trips, and we see each other the most in the summer. It's the best time. It's the time when you are working a lot and also socializing a lot.
Socializing a lot. There you go.
And he's just an amazing person. And also what he did so young he was when he got all the responsibility. It's really something that I also look up to one day to be like Andrej also in this part, because he's doing all the operation. Maybe I'm more in the technical part involved, the same like him, but he's also taking care of the sales a bit. He's really amazing also operationally how to see. But the most important thing, the honesty, and I can also always call him and this and that.
Okay.
So yeah, really the very nice person.
Thank you, Lan.
And for you, for Lan, what do you admire about Lan?
The answer can be also copy-paste, because you are not choosing the friends, the friend choose you. I mean, you have this bond.
Okay.
And yes, with Lan, we are a few years difference, but not that much. In the wine vintages, we are not the big different. But for me, the Lan is great like a friend. So we can speak about wines. We can speak about problems that we have in the cellar. For example, where you see this, that one maker called you, Andrej or Lan, I have the problem. Okay, where's the problem? I have one wine that, go in the wrong direction. And we go each other there. We try to find the solution for this one and continue with the harvest or with processing. So the bond between this friendship that one makers here in the area, not just me and Lan, share, it's incredible.
All right.
So and wherever that you have the friends that you can call him and share every problems, not also personal problems, this is for me the best friend that you can have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus that the Lan, of course, take over the very big company, very big winery, very big responsibility after Aleš. So very, very, very good words about Lan.
Right.
Lan jobs. Yes.
Thank you.
Is it? I can feel the love in the room, guys.
Yeah.
Because you can see that you guys are good friends. So and that's really nice
Yeah,
to see.
it's true.
Do you think that there's a general feeling of cooperation in Brda? Do you think between winemakers,
Like
there's a
you
lot
said,
of cohesion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, of course, there is a lot of winemakers, but the ones that we are really friends, like he said, we go, we taste. And also you got something in the glass from the tank or from the barrel. You don't know really what it is. You just tell honest opinion.
Yeah.
and you have to be harsh sometimes. That's the real friendship. It's not about saying, yeah, it's good.
It's always good. It's always it's best, top,
It has to be
perfect. Everything's good. No, you have to say,
yeah.
yeah.
But no, really. And also, it's hard sometimes to find the mistake. You will not, when you bring another friend to your cellar that tastes first time after 1 month, 2 months your wines again, you will not maybe see the things that you will see. You will see the whole, you will know everything about the wine. You will know this tank is a little more vertical, this tank is a little more wide, this tank is more on the fruit, this tank is more on this. And you will maybe miss one important thing because you will be blinded by the every week tasting that you do.
Your preconception, yeah.
So that's why this connection between us is amazing, to find a little thing that maybe you don't think. And then first you say, because maybe he comes and he says, this is not like this. And then you're like, no, it's not. I'm right. Then in a few days, you find the same thing because you get opened another vision. No?
Okay.
So that's really a nice thing that we have here.
I love the idea that there is a sense of working together here, because on the other side of the border in Collio and in Colli Orientali and Friuli for many years, and I see it changing now with your generation, so the youngest generation, so not the first generation and not even the second generation. Now we have the third generation that is saying, no, we have to work together. We have to promote the place first and then my winery second.
Yes.
And I'm really happy that that's happening here.
Yeah,
And I think
it's
Brda really
also,
needs that.
Also on the other side of the border.
Yeah.
And it's like a community together now.
Yeah. What about this idea of working with the Italian side or whatever?
There is,
what's your opinion on that?
Interesting topic for now. We just it was just made a new association by Nicolas Erzetic.
Okay.
From Carmine, Cormons.
Sure.
Bringing together young winemakers.
Oh yeah, they have the
Senza
shop.
Mea, yeah.
Senza Mea, exactly.
Yeah,
it's a really interesting idea.
Let's say organic, natural, something winemakers with the same vision of clean work in the cellar, of amazing farming. That's the core points.
Are you involved in that too, Andrej, or no?
It was just the start, and now they are, of course, expanding. It was just like this year, very busy. We just opened the shop, and now it's gonna get the point. The idea is to bring all the winemakers with the same vision together.
Okay,
and it's really nice. It's gonna be amazing.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah, you have to come in Gorizia.
Yeah, I wanted to come for the inauguration. I don't know why I didn't come. I think I had something else the same night, but I really wanted to go. But it was a very interesting project. And it was Nicholas who started this.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to get him on the podcast for a long time.
Yeah, you have
so
to.
I'll get him on and we'll talk about that project as well.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Wow, cool. Is there a wine, a specific wine that one of you makes that you would say, I wish I made that wine? Did you ever look at one of Lan's wines, or Lan, did you ever look at one of Andrej's wines? I really wish I made that wine.
I mean, when I taste his fresh wine, this label, I'm always like, whoa, that's so ready, that's so beautiful now. And a lot of times this year I love the Malvasia 24 that you made. It's crazy. It's a young project for him, no?
Yeah. So you make Malvasia too?
Also, yes.
Yeah.
Do you make Malvasia, Lan, or no?
Yeah, also.
You do?
Also.
Okay.
But I really, really like that wine. And then the wine that I also like to order is the Pinot Grigio from Amphora.
Okay.
That's, I think it was 18 or...
18 and 16, the last two vintages, yes.
18 is amazing.
18.
If you find it, take a bottle. It's amazing. Yeah.
Okay. And what about you, Andrej? Is there a wine that...
Always when I go to meet all the friends meet in Lan place, I'm always, wishing that he will start with Puro, with sparkling, because for me Puro it's not just the wine, it's emotional feelings when you see Lan or anybody else from the Movia family, how they open this bottle, how they explain how it's work with the sediments. And for me, it's the wine years that I can easily, copy if I'm a bad guy.
If
but
you
of course
wanted to,
not.
yeah, right.
I respect them in this way because they invest something that world doesn't know. And for sure, my first idea will be Puro.
Okay. So do you make any sparkling wine at all? Or
Actually, I made some sparklings in early, when I take over the company. So my first vintage 2014. But I only work with the sparklings till 2021.
Okay.
Then I somehow decided our portfolio is too big.
Okay.
Our vineyards
So you
are
start cutting.
our vineyards are too high, and for making sparkling, of course, you need a bit more fresh, acidity, lower alcohol, and somehow our vineyards wasn't that great for making this style. And this is actually good if you understand that your vineyards are not for making sparkling. You just quit, and people will understand.
Right.
We still have something in the stock at home, and this stock will maybe last for another 4 or 5 years. But after this, I need to say sorry for the clients, and there is some more sparkling from
Is there any
winery.
taking down of wines, or any finishing some wines, not doing any wines anymore for you, Lan? Is there something that you say, yeah, no, we're going to make a little bit less wines? And
the sparkling, we still do Puro. We have,
of course,
this place that can produce something nice for sparkling, but like Andrej said, for classic methods, there is very, very few places that you can do in Brda. It's very, very difficult. Also, you need to have more grapes on the vine, and we are not good at that.
Right.
In biologic, in organic, certified farming is very difficult. And that's why we make Puro, which is a wine that is mature. Grapes are mature, and then we don't add sugar, but grape juice for the second fermentation.
Yeah.
And in terms of wines that we don't make anymore, of course, the varieties like Pinot Gris and Sauvignon Blanc and Cabernet Sauvignon are in descent. We didn't cut out the old vineyards and plant new ones because the variety is not of our liking. It's a slow process. We will slowly become focus on the Ribolla. It's a process that is going on already for 30 years.
Okay.
And this is the way. So focusing the whites that are like a vino quotidiano, daily wine is going to be our Tokai, our Malvasia, some Ribolla, and then the high-end whites are going to be the Ribolla, the main, and some Chardonnay.
Okay.
And the reds based on Merlot and Pinot Noir.
Okay.
So it's mostly, the most important varieties are 4, plus the 2 whites that we have extra.
Okay. So do you guys get a lot of tourists, a lot of visitors? You probably get a lot of visitors. Have they reached you too, Andrej?
Yes,
yeah,
of course.
A lot of visitors. So here's a question for you. Is there something that the visitors ask you that really makes you angry?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. You have a question.
Yes.
What's the question that really bothers you?
It's a very typical question that everybody will ask you. Normally, in all group, you'll find one guy that will give you this question. Which is the best wine from your selection? So, and you work with this wine, you produce these wines with same love like first, second, and the third wine, And to answer this question, it's very hard. And what annoying me that you explained is to them that they are all equal for me. It's like that you have 4 children. They are all, with same love.
Exactly.
You cannot say that this is the best because you will make the problem with the others. And I am getting angry when people start forcing you, which is the best.
Wow.
So then maybe you are clever. So you start to speak about the opportunities, In one opportunity, I would love to drink the Ribolla. In the other one, I would love to drink the Pinot Gris or Malvasia.
Exactly.
Maybe sometimes I will switch to the reds because I'm more white drinker than red. But I also like the reds. Again, depend of the opportunities. But yes, this is the question that sometimes can annoying.
Yeah. What about for you, Lan? Is there a question that people ask that you're like, oh God, that question again?
Like this question is also very.
What's your best wine?
Very cool. Yeah. What's your best wine?
What's your best?
I think that I can say that the knowledge of people coming is getting higher. So it's it's getting better. More and more people are coming that come here for wine and not just for the view and to drink something or wine or they could have drink beer.
Okay.
But more and more people that are coming are really coming for wine. They really learn. They write down
You
things.
take notes, yeah.
No, it's super nice, though. And I like to taste with people that really know. Again, my girlfriend is more in the tastings. My mom is more in the tastings.
Okay.
But when I like to taste with people that know. But you have to accept everyone from the start to the master of wine.
Okay. Yeah.
So you have to adapt. You have to know what to say. Our job is to attract attention in people to drink wine. We have to make sure that they will like the visit, that they will have the best time of our life. So we try to be good hospitality, not only winemakers trying to say this is wine, is this, vinification. You need to know what somebody likes, though. And it's an important job for the future to convince people again that wine is socializing and wine is culture and wine is like books.
Okay.
Wine is knowledge.
Wine is knowledge.
It's amazing. I met one student in London that is a student on Oxford, and Oxford has a blind tasting team. There is like a competition, I didn't know, between the universities.
Okay.
And they are amazing. They drink great wines, and
It's
really like a sport.
Yeah, it can be.
For me, that would be the best Olympic sport.
At least the training would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Normally training for an Olympic sport is not fun, but for this sport, I think would be
We
good.
probably won.
Yeah.
Are you good at blind tasting? Can you pick out?
Yeah, I'm good. I want to say that I'm good.
Yeah.
But then sometimes.
Do you have like one time when you like nailed a wine? I have my story, but do you have when you were like you nailed it and you were like, fuck yeah, I nailed that wine. Can you remember one?
I mean, I nailed a few also. Last week I nailed Saint Joseph from Jean Gonon.
Wow! But did you get the wine and the producer?
Yes, but not the vintage.
Fuck, but not the.
But the thing is, when you are blind tasting with someone that you know, when you know what somebody drinks, I have like a window what it could be.
Okay.
You know? And a lot of times when you try some wines that are made in the new style of some region or some new winemaker, then you can be very far away. So I don't want to say that I'm very good, but sometimes I get it.
Sometimes you nailed it.
It's a classic thing. So
How about you, Andrej? Did you ever nail one blind?
It's happened time to time.
Yeah.
It's true that I try way less wines that Lan try each day, maybe. But it's happened, yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the wine one of the wines that you got that
now in my mind, no.
No. Okay.
But I maybe more remember the things that I missed than what I remember. Sometimes, because when you try the blind tasting, we first of all speaking about the country, then we are specializing more in the place, the area of the country, and then maybe speaking about the variety, vintage, and maybe one maker.
Okay.
And sometimes, we are pointing in the United States, and you're actually here in Italy.
Wow.
This is the fun fact, because you are still learning, about wine. I think that this book, it's have never end.
Right.
You can just turning the pages, but when you think that you know everything,
there's more pages.
There are more pages.
Yeah. That's why I hate the word expert. When people say, "Oh, Wayne's a wine expert," I'm like, no, I don't know anything about wine. I know a little bit about Friuli wine, but if you start talking to me about Tuscany or Piedmont, I'm stupid. I have no idea.
It's true.
So it's such a big world. Yeah.
It's very hard when you can really say that you are an expert.
Yeah.
It's very, very,
very hard. You really have to study a lot. Yeah. Once you get to that master of wine or master sommelier level, maybe you can say you're an expert. But if you don't have those initials, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I have I'm going to finish up because we're going in 90 minutes now. So I wanted to finish up with a strange question. Okay. Because I started doing this thing during the summer where I ask a strange question. In Italian, we say domanda del cazzo.
Yeah.
Right? But to not say a bad word, we say domanda del cavolo. So what I did was I took a cabbage and I put questions in the cabbage, so you had to choose. But I'm going to choose a question for you. So it's a little bit of a strange question. It's kind of a, not your typical wine question, but so this is the question that I have for both of you. So you both spend a lot of time in the vineyards or in your cellar, okay? So if your vineyards or your cellar could tell a story about you, what would that vineyard or what would your cellar say about you?
Be more calm. Don't be so stressed.
Okay.
Every year on the end of the season we pick the grapes. And every year until now we did. Maybe one vintage we didn't, 84. I mean, I was not there, of course. It was hail, 100%. But all the rest of the years you pick. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Sometimes it's better, sometimes.
So your vineyards would say, calm down.
Calm down. It's a circle that
there's
is going.
no secrets that they could tell.
You have a lot. No, there is no. You cannot change by being too much nervous. So you have to. I think my vineyards would say, "Be more calm."
Okay.
No, my barrels would say, "Be more calm."
Your barrels would
leave
say,
us alone a little bit. Don't taste. Don't be worried.
Okay.
The vineyards, they would say I'm a good guy because I enjoy. I relax in the vineyards.
Okay.
So in the vineyards.
So you're a friend of the vineyard. Okay. Yeah. So you're more calm in the vineyards and a little bit more stressed in the cellar.
Yeah. Okay. The vineyard is way more calm.
Okay.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
Well, when it's end of July, 30 degrees outside, and you have to finish the job because something is coming. You have to tuck in all the vineyards, and the rows are very long, and it's hot. And that's where maybe I'm a little bit more. But that's the positive thing, because after every day of the more I work, the more I feel good.
Okay.
And I never felt bad in the vineyard, almost never.
Okay. All right. And for you, Andrej, what would they say about you?
I mean, I spent most of my time in the cellar.
Okay.
And I think that my cellar will say he is the best father. Because
okay, he's the best father.
Because I treat the bears like they are my children's.
Okay.
So you speak with them, you taste them, you take care of them. So you really try to listen to them when they are talking to you. Not that you're crazy, but you try the wines from them and you understand in which direction the wine should go. So in some way, you're like a father to these bearers, to the wine, to the cellar.
Okay.
And this time that you spent in the cellar, you can, you visit me first time where I've been in the cellar.
Exactly.
You come there second time where I've been in the cellar. So, and even today, when you come to my place, I will be, after podcast, I will be again in the cellar. So, and you spend so much time there that, yes, the cellar can, thank me.
Okay.
To be there for them.
Do you literally talk to the barrels and to the tanks? No, really.
But I think the tasting, when you taste,
and
you are thinking, talking.
So it's not you talking out loud.
No,
you're
no.
Having. Okay.
It's just like a conversation between the sip that you have to taste from the beers or from the stainless steel to your mind, and then you just reply, okay, you need to be, caring this way.
Okay.
So it's physically work.
Okay.
But if you take this work, like a conversation with wine, I think it's easier.
Okay.
It's more like it's more like that you work with the heart,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a relationship.
Correct.
It's a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
But that's why I also spend the most time in the cellar, because my father is still he's now turning 60, but he taking care of all the jobs in the vineyard.
Okay.
Which means that I can spend way more time in the cellar and, of course, on the markets.
Okay.
That's why I'm also happy to have the father like he is.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, because I'm a car guy, right? I love wine, but I also love my car, and I go do raduni with my car. I meet other people who have the same type of car. We go for rides in the mountains and things like that.
Which car you have?
I have a Japanese car, Toyota MR2.
Ooh.
So I came to the winery with my car one time. I'll show you a picture when we're done. But when I get home, so go out, ride all day, drive through the mountains very fast, maybe take some chances that you shouldn't take, but you know, and then drive all the way home. And I park the car, and I always talk to my car. I always put my hand on the dashboard of my car, and I say, thank you for getting me home okay. Okay, thank you for taking care of me. I always, and it's out loud conversation with my car, because it's very like, you know, that car took care of me. I didn't crash that day. It didn't break that day. So, you know, I always feel so I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe you guys don't, but I wouldn't be surprised if you also have that kind of personal conversation with a tank or with a wine or something like that. But anyway, that's more about me. But anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much for spending more than an hour and a half here with me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
and
Wayne.
I really say hi to Alish for me.
I will.
Yeah, please, because I've known him forever, and it was the first winery I visited when I came to Friuli.
Wow.
Many, many, many years ago, 1998.
Nice.
So
Thank you really for sharing our energy, our region to the world, and
I hope that more people will hear this. More people will come to Brda.
Yeah.
See the magic that you guys are doing, because the area is beautiful. The wines are amazing. Thank you for bringing the wines to taste and to share. And thank you for the time today. Okay. Anyway, thank you very much, Andrej. Thank you very much, Lan.
Thank you
so much. It's been a pleasure. And we'll do it again next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
I would like to thank the producers present on the podcast today for their time and for their wines. I would also like to thank Klet Brda and director Silvan Pershodia for the space to record this podcast, Alish from Kristalvin, who was my contact in the region, and especially Erica Konkut, who was the real star behind the scenes and making these podcasts happen.